Hello guys, si Kesan Philoso ulit ito at welcome sa episode 34 ng larutan ng Super Robot Wars X Cross. Okay, continue natin yung campaign natin. Okay, last episode, natapos na natin yung scenario 21, so... Ay, scenario 22 pala. Scenario 22 tapos, nakuha natin yung SR point nun eh, so... Nung saktong nag-end tayo guys, hindi natin nagawa lahat yung ano eh. Hindi natin na-check yung mga units natin eh. So, teka. Vault muna. At least nagawa natin yung dialogue kay, kay Sparrow. So, sub-orders muna. Kills. Yung muna mga leaders. Si Banjo. Si Shu. Si Judao. Amuro. Ay, andito na si Tobia. Tama bang Tobia to? O, tama siya nga. Andito na ulit si si Crossbone Gundam. Okay, so wag lang muna si Banjo. Kung gano'n, siya muna. Ay, okay na, sige. Tapos experience points, yung kailangan magpa-level muna. Okay, Banjo, ikaw. Cecily. Belry. Si Ada muna. Tapos si Zex. Okay. Kahit sino dito sa attack points. Okay. Fundraising. Kahit sino. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, go. 100 attack points lang. Okay. Optional parts. Yung Regizi. Okay. Si Belry. Space pack. Atmospheric pack muna. Pilots. Walang makasakay sa Regizi. Nandito ba yung Pasaway na customize. Check ko muna kung nandito yung Pasaway na wala. Kala ko nandito si si Methos. Wala naman pala eh. So sige, wala na lang muna sasakay dito. Customize. New Gundam. New Gundam. Ito muna para ito, nasa atin na si Amuro kagad. Yun. Grants new type weapons extra damage based on the level of the new type skill. Ito. crossbound Gundam na ano. Mas madali dito eh. Also QB weapons gain special effect. Firebuster and plus 30 crit. Okay. G Lucifer. Moran. And Ryugo. Kasama to ni Angie eh, so kailangan kita level 5. Kasi naman di na pilot niyan, di ba? Space-time convergence cannon, negative 20 EN. Negative 20 EN cost and requires 10 less morale. Okay? Mazinger Z. Ito dapat talaga level 5 ka agad din yan. Grants plus 200 armor. 300 generation S becomes 300 generation M. Itong dalawang to level 3 lang. $2.23 ano? 2,239,400 na lang yung funds natin. Meron lagan. Save. Dito pa lang tayo, 7 minutes na. Option parts lang. Okay, power parts. Lisita. Mobility. Nope. Wala tayong ibang parts. Attack points natin. Ang problema nito, ang dami natin ilalagyan ng skills. Isa-isa natin. Si Amuro kailangan niya na ano. At least may second attack siya dito. So kailangan niya yung tatlo. Amuro pala, ubos na. Sibak, meron na siya. Ito problema, kailangan niya rin yung tatlo pero wala ng points. Unahin natin yung ano, support attack at least 250. So, pwede rin siya mag-proud ace. Okay. Kulang lang niya yung ano, enhance attack. Okay. $33 na tayo mabibili ng 33. Pasaway. Ang problema sila Koji ba? Wala. Ayun, meron. At least meron sila. Pero ba't hindi sila upgraded? Kalimutan ko sila upgrade, ganon. Okay, so save. Okay, start na natin yung susunod na scenario. Ayon doon sa guide na sinusundan ko, medyo mahirap to, pero sige, tingnan natin. Ni-recycle din yata nung Super Robot Wars 30 itong map na to. Okay. Megafauna and Cygnus approaching. Welcome back, crews. You've had a long time away. Thank you for receiving us. I just wish you guys could have seen what we did. Our Earth looks just gorgeous from up in space. Sadly, the situation here isn't so pretty. We should arrange a place to catch up before we start sharing the good stories. Understood. Our news isn't all good either. We have a report to deliver regarding Tawasanga. Hindi specified yung location. Megafauna Bridge. Captain, Mick Jack and I, yun ang pangalan niya, Mick Jack and I will be returning to the main American army. Be careful on your trip, Lieutenant Klim. Now that negotiations with Tawasanga have broken down, and they've aligned themselves with Mitsurugi, the war's looking a whole lot more unpleasant. With that being the case, the best idea for us is to help the Transit Mix defeat Doktor and secure us all a way home. The American army will handle Mitsurugi. I expect you to make use of that time. I get it, yes. We'll defeat Doktor as soon as it can be manageable. I'm counting on you, Captain. Our hopes all lie with the Transit Mix. Pasaway. Can I help you, Master? There's going to be a catch-up session for both teams on the end Nautilus shortly. It will also be an introduction for new roster members. So let's go together. Shall we? Show up for the catch-up session. Don't bother showing up. Show up tayo. Ano ba yan? Kailangan pa bang i-memorize yan? Very well, Master. It should be good form to pay our respects to our newer members. And it would only be proper to let the away team know that you and I have mended our bridges. Yes, that's a good point. We made them worry before. We owe it to them to show them that we're better off now, at least on the surface. On the surface? But I thought, adjust, Master. Such things are good to use on occasion. For goodness sake, don't scare me like that. You know, Sparrow, you've changed since we started this journey. Perhaps I have, at that. And Nautilus Hanger. Wait, so Bellery and Ada turned out to be brother and sister? Ano ba yan? Yep, we were supposed to negotiate with this group called Tawasanga, the menace from space. We went to the space colony where their people lived, and that's where we found it out. Turns out Belle and Ada belong to the Rehantons, which are like the Tawasanga royal family. So if they'd been raised up there, they'd be a princess and a prince. Man, after all the people calling Ada princess, she really was one all along. The Rayhanton family was killed in a coup. The Rayhanton family was killed in a coup though. Now the real power in Tawasanga rests in the hands of House Doret. Apparently the family's old retainers and allies were hoping to place me and Belle at the forefront and restore the family's glory, but this is hardly the time for that. No kidding. And I hear these Tawazanga guys ended up siding with Mitsurugi anyway. Great, bad enough that we couldn't get their help, and now the enemies got it instead? Come on, Hansen, we can't mope about it. We've still got a way home. Once we defeat Doktor, we can go back to the worlds we came from. You always do keep your chin up, Belry. It's almost infectious. Are you going to be okay though? I heard you started piloting the GSAF because you had a big crush on Ada. It's fine, I'm over it. Ganon kasimple. Nalaman mo lang na kapatid mo. Okay ah. Just because I know she's my sister, doesn't mean she's any less important to me. The GSAF space pack is completed. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, fighting and keeping Ada safe. Belle's always been good at getting back up again when he gets knocked down. Ano yun? Chambawamba? Say Naredo, I hear you and Rerea have started piloting mobile suits, and Rerea got her memory back. Yup, I'm the navigator for the G Lucifer now. Good for you, Rerea. Glad you got your memory back. Thank you, Chan. Gosh, it's kind of strange seeing Rerea go from softy to sharpie. Are you sure you want to stay with us, Rerea? You found out you were Tawasangan, right? Right now, House Doret is pushing Tawasanga into an effort at reclaiming the Earth Right now, House Doret is pushing Tawasanga into an effort to reclaim the Earth, something called the Reconquista. Reconquista, the large-scale plan by the space immigrants to return to Earth. It is also known as the Earth Reconquest Operation. Tawasanga and Venus Globe are engaged in providing Earth's energy from nearby the Moon and Venus. Seeing the opportunity on Earth, a portion of people from both organizations independently resolved to carry out this plan. The name Reconquista is derived from Reconquista, which is Spanish for reconquest. Okay. When Tawasanga joined forces with Mitsurugi, that was because House Doret is perfectly fine with waging war to achieve their goals. You oppose that, I take it. Yes, I do. I plan to broaden my horizons further as part of the Transnet mix. And protecting Rerea is my job. Who are you? Ganon eh, no? Ensign Ringo Lon Chiamanoto. Ensign Ringo Lon Chiamanota, a refugee from Tawasanga. A refugee, he says. He's more like a hanger-on with a crush on Rerea. That sounds just like you. Jeez, Cam. You don't pull your punches. I'm a gentleman protecting her, okay? Literally what the other guy was saying. There's such a liberal atmosphere here. It's nice. Hey, haven't seen you around. Hi, I'm Tobia Aronax. I got sent to Alwars from the Universal Century. Ikaw lang? I was picked up by Cyrano 5 in Tawasanga, but the way they did things didn't sit well with me at all, so I got the Megafauna to take me in. Cyrano 5, Tawasanga's giant residential infrastructure. It consists of 5 rings set around an asteroid mining base The top ring is called North Ring, with center ring in the middle and south ring at the bottom. Center ring is about 3 kilometers in diameter and houses the Apache base, which is the base of the Duret fleet. Careful, Maito. Toby was apparently a space pirate. A space pirate? Apparently. That's a curious choice of word. Well, Toby doesn't remember his past. So he's got amnesia? Pretty much. The mobile suit he pilots is called the Crossbone Gundam, and it's definitely got a pirate vibe going on. Hey, layoff, Sibok. Kilala niya siya sa ibang dimension eh. You okay there? That's quite a cough. Oh yeah, something just went down the wrong pipe. I've got to stay on my toes. After discussing it with Amuro, I decided it would be best not to tell Sibok and Cecily that I'm from a future where I know them. It wouldn't be right to sit there and lay out their future to them, or to tell them about the Crossbone Vanguard. Sa Super Robot Wars V, nalaman natin kung ano yung Crossbone Vanguard eh. Back concerns private armed forces. The name became synonymous with space pirates with the passing of time. Back concern established the armed organization Crossbone Vanguard in order to create Cosmo Babylonia. However, Cosmo Babylonia's two successor, Bararona, that is, Cecily Fairchild, renounced Cosmo aristocratism, and the Crossbone Vanguard fell into decline. Subsequently, Bararona conducted space pirate activities under that name, including guerrilla activities with Kincaid now, in order to stop the Jupiter Empire's invasion of Earth. Toby was an exchange student who got caught up in the fighting, but joined and fought with the Crossbone Vanguard after being saved by Kincaid. Yun, kaya nga nagtataka rin ako dati sa Super Robot Wars V. Si Kincaid pala si Sibok, ganun pala yun. Of course, calling it their future is making a big assumption. Amara thinks the future isn't set in stone, and this Sibok might not necessarily become Kincaid. You're frowning to yourself again, Tobia. What's the matter? Do you remember something? Just thinking about what comes next, and how I'm going to live. Either way, I made up my mind. No matter where we are, and no matter what comes after, I'll protect Sibok and Cecily. And then I'll go home to the world where Bernadette is waiting for me. Okay, so who's this Amuro Ray guy? And why is he such a big deal? He's some legendary ace pilot from the world your group comes from, right? Wow, Callan, I never took you for a peep. If you're looking for Amuro, he's getting set for the talk we're about to have. About what? We fought Char Aznavour in space, and he said something strange. That if you wanted to know the truth behind the Guild Century, Amuro knows about it. The Guild Century? The world the Megafauna is from. What's this about the truth? That's what we wanna know. He said it was important so he'd hold off on talking about it until we all reconvened. He's gonna be giving that talk shortly. Amuro said it was related to Char's reason for fighting. It's got to be pretty major, huh? O ba't nasa forest kayo? Ano ba yan? I'm going to talk about something that Char Aznavour brought up previously, the truth behind the Guild Century. First things first, I'm Amuro Ray. I come from the Universal Century. So this is Amuro Ray, the ace pilot known as the White Meteor. He's got a very distinctive bearing for someone so reserved. Before I go into this, let me start by going over the timeline of the world we're from, the Universal Century. The history of the Universal Century is a history of war, plain and simple. Oh yeah? The Universal Century has been a blood-stained era since its inception, when people were forced to leave their homes on Earth and move into space colonies. The repeated clashes between colonists and the people still living on Earth culminated in the colonies declaring independence, launching the One-Year War. The war started by the Principality of Zeon, led by the Zabi family, to gain independence from the Earth Federation. The whole war lasted approximately 1 year from start to end. This was called the One-Year War. It was the first time that mobile suits were used in actual combat, which had a great impact on future battles, strategies, and changed the course of history. The Earth Federation emerged victorious due to their superior forces, but the hostility between the Space Noids that represent Zeon and the Earth Federation continued. Which in turn led to the Grips War and the First Neo-Zeon War. Refers to the three-way battle between the Titans, AEUG, and Axis. The Titans leader, Peptimus Sirocco, was shot. The AEUG seized the colony laser, which forced the Axis to retreat, and it concluded with the AEUG's victory. However, the internal conflict between the Titans and AEUG severely weakened the Earth Federation's forces, and they were unable to stop the rise of Axis, leading to the First Neo-Zeon War. First Neo-Zeon War refers to the Earth Federation fighting centered around the Neo-Zeon group, led by Haman Karn and the AEUG. At the end of the Grips War, the Titans and AEUG had no strength or forces left to prevent the intervention of Axis. Axis took on the name Neo-Zeon and challenged the Earth Federation. The war was in Neo-Zeon's favor, but Glemitoto's sudden rebellion caused unrest within Neo-Zeon, and the various faction leaders were attacked by the AEUG, bringing the war to an end. Under Char Aznavour's leadership, Neo-Zeon launched another campaign, the Second Neo-Zeon War. Char Aznavour, that was the man who we fought. He used to fight on our side, but he ran out of patience with the Earth. When the people on it refuses to change, he finally decided to just destroy the Earth itself. What? Destroy the Earth? It was an operation to make the Earth freeze over. They called it the Axis Drop. It was Char's attempt to drop an asteroid called Axis on the Earth. The idea was that if he made the Earth uninhabitable, people would have no choice but to move into space. By doing so, humanity would evolve en masse into beings with an expanded awareness, new types. To carry out this operation, he joined forces with the Crossbone Vanguard, believers in the Cosmo aristocracy, a system where humanity is ruled by an elite upper class. Yudao, Seabook, and I were among many in the Londobel, an autonomous Earth Federation military force that was fighting to stop him. Okay, alam na natin kung ano yung Londobel, pero recap na lang din natin. An independent unit under the Earth Federation forces, it was established to put an end to the armed activities of the AEUG. They were located at Londinium, a sideband colony. Did you succeed? Seabuck and Cecily defeated the man named Iron Mask. He was the Crossbone Vanguard's leader figure. Axis had started to move toward the Earth. I was fighting against Char on top of it when I got sent to Alworth. So you've got no idea what happened to the asteroid, and I come from more than 10 years after that battle. How could humans voluntarily work to destroy the Earth? It's unthinkable. I always thought of Char Aznavour as a more enlightened individual, yet he was fighting the most desperate of battles back in the Universal Century. Okay, I get that the Universal Century was a rough time, but what does that have to do with the truth behind the Regilt Century that we come from? The Regilt Century is a far-flung future that follows the Universal Century. Ganon? Kaya pala yung Gundam, familiar sa kanila. Really? So the world they come from is the future version of the world we came from. We're from the same world as Belly, except that it's from different times. Whoa, slow down. How does that even work? Calm down, Belly. I think she's right. Papa? The proof lies in the Rose of Hermes blueprints. I know that name. I've heard it's connected to how the Capital Army developed the Jagan. Princess, will you permit me to tell them about the Rose of Hermes? I permit it. What we need more than anything else right now is to have the truth. Alright then. The, the Rose of Hermes is a record of technology that was used in the past wars. In our world, the revealed century, they say that there was a war on a scale so vast it destroyed all of human civilization. Was that where the Axis dropped? Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say. And really, that part is immaterial. What's relevant is that the Rose of Hermes contains records of universal century technology. It's a general term for data about the advanced technology in the past. Only a select few people know of its existence. Advanced technology from the past. Okay parang walang sense yun And that's what my Jagan is based on? Exactly. The Rose of Hermes was kept under strict supervision, and using the technology within its records was treated as a taboo. But in recent years, organizations all over the map have started proactively using that technology. Hey, how does that happen when it's kept under such tight lockdown? I couldn't tell you the hows or whys, but some say that one of the people in charge of managing it deliberately leaked it out. The hell? Do they want to start another war? That would end civilization as we know it. I've heard that the mobile suits we call G-types came out of the technology. A unit under the G entry in the Rose of Hermes blueprints. It boasts a high performance ability. G-type, Gundam type. So the G stuff comes from the Rose of Hermes. Hermes 2? One look at Lieutenant Kirby's Jagan should remove any doubt that the Universal Century is connected to the Reguiled Century. Char and I reached the same conclusion after spending time in Tawasanga, and Char learned that what lay beyond the Universal Century was the collapse of civilization, that all that future held was despair. He despaired at the fact that the spread of the Rose of Hermes was leading humanity into a repeat of the Universal Century. So he decided to try and avert that course. Is that why he's siding with Tawasanga? They moved to space to help preserve the environment. And now they want to wage war to return to Earth. How does any of that add up to overcoming despair? That part's lost on me too. But with his leadership, or to put it another way, his charisma, he could influence the entire Mitsurugi camp if we let it go unchallenged. And that would mean accelerating the whole war. Yeah, the existence of the Universal Century and the Reguiled Century stemming from it will engulf all worth in war and chaos. The Universal Century and the Reguiled Century, truly a world of war. It's a sad story, but we have to accept it as truth. Damn, makes our world sounds like a regular fairy tale in comparison. Hey, it's because of you guys and Maito's group that our world is so peaceful, okay? A peaceful world. A world of revolution, a world of war, and a world of peace between us. World of Revolution. The world that Banjo Lelouch tama mali yung spelling dito show. Dapat Shu yun Shu, Hero and the others come from. After a string of wars drew to a close, the world saw great change. Major societal incidents are as follows. 0002 years ago, following the landing of 5 Gundams, the world was plunged into chaos. Taking advantage of that, the Order of the Black Knights rose up, and the Owls incited a coup d'etat. As a result, the Holy Britannian Empire became the major power, and the United Earth Sphere Alliance was known in name, but not in reality. It is rumored that a mysterious cyborg organization intent on overthrowing human society orchestrated all this chaos from behind the scenes. 1,001 years ago. The Order of the Black Knights colluded with the colony Gundams and rise up against once again. In the midst of that, Bison Wells forces rise to prominence on land. White Fang declares war on Earth, and the Holy Britannian Empire crowns their new emperor, Lelouch. It became a three-way battle on Earth and in space uh, between Britannia aligned with Drake's army, the anti-Drake forces consisting of owls, and the White Fang representing people of the colonies, and the Order of the Black Knights in conflict with both groups. Bison Wells troops disappear from the land. Tracy, Billiardo, and Sneasel are defeated, and Emperor Lelouch seizes control of the world, while the various factions were still exhausted. However, he was shot by the Masked Man Zero, and the world was reorganized once again. Present. Birth of the United Earthsphere Nation. The Gundam Force, known as the Preventers, and their allies are formed in opposition to the rise of the Merimea Army. Sobrang daming lore building, ano ba yan? World of War. The world which has this history known as the Universal Century. Those living on Earth and those living in space have been engaged in a continuous war for nearly 100 years. Major historical incidents are as follows. Approximately 100 years ago, Earth Federation is formed. 13 years ago, outbreak of the One-Year War. 2 years ago, outbreak of the Grips War, fought between the Titans who aimed to hunt down the last of the Zeons and the Anti-Earth Union Group, AEU, yung pala meaning nun. Anti-Earth Union Group, AEUG. 1 year ago, at the end of the Grips War, the war between the human-led Neo-Zeon against the Earth Federation begins. Neo-Zeon falls apart due to internal discord, and the Earth Federation emerges victorious, also known as First Neo-Zeon War. Present. Char, the new Neo-Zeon commander, forms an alliance with the Crossbone Vanguard, who advocates Cosmo aristocratism. They declare war on the Earth Federation, also known as Second Neo-Zeon War. In the midst of the defensive battle surrounding the axis that descends to Earth, an unusual event occurs. Dali lang guys. Okay, continue. and a world of peace between us. The world that Wataru, Maito, Koji, and the others come from. There has been no major wars in the past few decades, and is comprehensively peaceful compared to the other two worlds. Major societal incidents are as follows. 1 year ago, invasion by Dr. Hell began. Taking advantage of the societal unrest, crimes that use robots were rampant. Present. Disappearance of Senpuji Heavy Industries out of factory. The whereabouts of the Brave Express Corps are unknown. Around the same time, Dr. Hell put his plans into action in Japan. The unusual event happened in the middle of that. Okay, andali lang guys. Gusto ko lang yung andali lang. Okay. 38 minutes na. Dito pa lang tayo. Wala pa tayo sa actual mission. That accounts for 3 of the worlds that the other worlders in the transit mix come from. Then there's the world that Nautilus is from, and the world that Cygnus comes from. If we want to return to any of those worlds, Doctor must be defeated, and for that we require the Dragon God's power. Oh, hello there, ma'am. Who are you? Oh yeah, we never introduced her to the space team. Then I shall introduce myself forthwith. My name is Salamandine, descendant of the Freya clan, and descendant of the divine ancestor Aura. I am her lady servant, Kaname. Naga, likewise. They've got tails? Yes, they're dragons. Dragons, as in the violent creatures that you guys fight in Arsenal? That's them, alright. Sala here is their leader. She pilots the red paramail we've fought on a few occasions. It's called the Enryugo, Angie. And my name is Salamandine. Do do try to use the full name, as I did not give you permission to use a silly nickname. Your name's long, okay? I've lost count of how many times they've had this same conversation. At least the sparks aren't flying the way they were at first. That's true. They seem to be getting comfortable with one another. Oh, and we've got another piece of news. Turns out I'm a dragon. You're putting words together, but I don't understand the sentence coming out. How can a person be a dragon? Vivian transforms into a dragon. In fact, we found out that the dragons we've been fighting were originally human. Wait, what? That's a hell of a thing to dump on us. Pero doon sa Super Robot Wars V na encounter din naman natin yung fact na yan eh. I can't blame you for being shocked. We can still hardly believe it ourselves. But Vivian transformed into a dragon right before our very eyes. I don't get how it works either, but when I eat these lollipops, it keeps me from transforming. I believe that the dragon power sealed within you is giving you its aid. Dragon power? Salamdine, would you be willing to tell us more about the dragons? I would be, yes, but I am treating the revival of the dragon god as our most pressing priority at the moment. Yeah, see? She won't tell us anything useful. You keep mentioning a dragon god. Are you talking about Ryujin Maru? Yup, she calls Wataru Savior, and she calls Ryujin Maru the dragon god. What do you feel What? Do you feel a kinship with it as a fellow dragon? All is by the dragon god's grace. And right back to unhelpful again. Alright, Salmandine. We can head out to Celine's forest first thing tomorrow. What's the deal with Celine's forest? It's got a holy water of resurrection that can bring Ryujin Maru back to life. Hindi kasi nila alam na bumigay na si Ryujin Maru sa last battle eh. Scenario 23. Ryu roars. Dito pa lang 45 minutes na. Raquel, this is Celine's forest, right? I'm certain of that much, yes. I couldn't tell you much about the holy water of resurrection though. When the Celine flowers in Celine's forest come into bloom, they bring with a mystical dew. That dew is the holy water of resurrection. It has the power to resurrect the souls of those with righteous hearts. But we don't know where those flowers are, or what they even look like. Guess we'd better split up and get looking them. But there is a minor problem with that. Ayan. The Doctor Army. Surprised, Kettins? When the Urara statue spoke, we were eavesdropping the whole time. You're not gonna resurrect Bapkis on our watch. It's Doktor Cosmo and Soya. Guess who's back? I haven't forgotten the way you humiliated me, not for a second. Losing Tom and Death God. What are all the villains we've defeated coming out of the woodwork now? That we are. It's payback time, Sunset Mix. Broken, you're here too? Fine, you're on. If you want to stand between us and reviving Ryujin Maru, we'll just go through you. Okay. Suspend muna natin. Ano yung actual objective? Within 4 turns, defeat the 3 in the same turn. Defeat any 3 of the following: Second Gun, Scalibad, King Hercules, and Guru. Tatlo lang. Second Gun, Scalibad. Tapos Guru. Suspend lang ulit. Okay. Heavy hitters natin. Kailangan natin dito 15. Cell guard. Kailangan natin si Mazinger. Light turn 3. Standbind, Divine, Waiter. Kung si Charles sana yan eh. Amuro. 91. Tanggalin ko to F91. Sana teka. Ay, hindi pala si ano may dala. Okay, tama lang, okay lang. Dapat tanggalin talaga yan. Pasaway. Okay, so may dalawa pa tayo. Hindi lang. Sino naman pwede ko tanggalin? Sige, tanggalin kita. Huwag na kayo, sige. Huwag naman na kayo. Kailangan ko iba pa eh. Huwag si Sejin might gain. Dalawa pa. Pilkis, tsaka kailangan ko si ano Gran Lagan. Okay, go. Okay na yan. Heavy hitters. Watari, we'll handle this miscreants. You focus on seeking out the Selene's flowers. On it, Sensei. I'm coming too. I mean, Wataru, I've got a lot to make up for. Kurama, if you do anything to harm them, you will answer to Cold Steel for real this time. I believe it, big guy. All units, our aim is the center of the enemy forces. So basically, we want the tier bosses out of the picture. Mission accepted. We'll handle things here, Savior. Just hold on, guys. I'll find those Selene flowers and bring Jinmaru back. Medyo mahirap to ah. Okay. 13 minutes na lang, 1 hour na. So, teka, suspend muna natin ng combat suspension. Go. Kailangan natin dito mag-mobile sortie method. Forward. Kaya dapat nasa gitna, nasa gilid eh. Kasi to ano to eh. Mabagal to eh. Saka wala siya wala siya commander ability. Additional speed pa. Enter. Electric cannon. Pwede. Na lang.
Jutan bakugeki kaishi! Yaり過ごせなかったか。反撃の準備はいいね。このタイミングしかない。撃て。
君が見てるその世界はどんな色をしてるのだろう。
何をしているこの役立たずどもは。
なりたくはないのにこんな夜を星は綺麗だね。手のひらからこぼれ落ちてく錆びれたコインのように。
Mausap tayo na. Cruising from there. There's other. Dead mine yan. Bagal nyo. Kaya kakayanin kaya natin ito pasaway. Second gun. Caliber. Miracles. Suspend ko lang dito guys. Okay, labas mga heavy hitters. Katon, dalawang beses mo lang magagamit. Sige.
One, two, three.
正々堂々と勝負だ。
大胆スリー。
出る。ダンバー。大胆ダンバー。これが大胆スリーの力だ。見ろ。
自慢のパワーもまともに当たらないのではな。デスゴッド様に逆らうやつは容赦しないぞ。1秒間に灼熱の月だ。
おやおや、こんな大きな標的にも当てられないのかい。
Okay. Ilabas natin yung dapat nakatapat mo. Okay, nice.
覚悟はいいかい、ドワクダーの手下さんよ。覚悟しな。 親近感を感じる。1秒間に灼熱の月だ。
少しは頭使ったらどうなんだ。
Okay, dahil sinima natin ng Wing Gundam, so next na si ano. Next na si ano, to si Hero.
Dark ダークに攻撃を開始する。走行だけ邪魔だ。
これなら勝利は間違いなさそうだ。エースを倒してトップを取るぞ。ミストバルカンの威力を味わえ。
当たりはしない。
Okay, next. Tapusin na natin tong last character guys, tapos end na muna natin. So, ano na, magwa 1 hour na eh. Okay, so Dilbine mo tsaka Danbine. Kailangan mabawasan man lang ng konti. $54, mababa naman yan eh.
Ora Battle 格闘戦に持ち込めば。
最後に笑うのはこの俺よ。引くのが少しばかり遅かったな。フルスロットルだ、セカンドガン。
Ouch!
これ式のことで
Ouch!
私だって。
Ang laking damage nun, grabe. $92.54. Cruising Tom, if you hadn't opened your mustache twirling mouth, Todd might have never gone down the wrong path. A classic technique, blame shifting. His hatred for you was his own undoing, I'll have you know. You think I need you to spell that out for me? I'm not stupid. But I don't care. I'm not letting you off the hook either.
Ora バトラーよりも小さい相手か。
貴様の実力は認めてやる。だがこれ以上はやらせん。オーラバトラーといえど空中戦ならば食らえ全弾発射。
正面当たっちゃう。
見事でどなるな。
Next. Ito lang iwasan natin. Hindi siya counted eh. Isa naman na. Hindi mo abot. Wala talaga. Para konti lang. Additional man lang. $80.53. Wala kang focus. Versus na lang muna.
直撃させる。
イーガンの耐久力を甘く見るなっての。わしの頭脳をもってすれば凄腕パイロットもイチコロよ。サソリの人さちを受けろ。
Ouch.
そりゃあ
細かいこと
なら
は気にしない気にしない。
6484. Okay. Baliktarin mo yung ads.
むき出しのエゴそのものを叩く。
計算通りだ。わしの頭脳をもってすれば凄腕パイロットもイチコロよ。見よイーガンの恐ろしさを。
こういう相手のあしらい方は心得ている。
Next. At least abot mo, nice. Screw whip. Okay naman. Sige. Okay lang.
このタイミングならいける。
ここまでは褒めてやろう。しかしここまでだ。スピードはあるようだがパワーはどうかな。見よイーガンの恐ろしさを。
よし
Nice.
よしいけるぞ。
Abot mo siya, Giselle. 97.9. Solve. No. Dito siya.
そうやって力押しで来るのならこっちだって。
おお、なかなかやるではないか。スピードはあるようだがパワーはどうかな。見よイーガンの恐ろしさを。
ギリギリまで引きつけて。
Okay, focus. 'Go. 47. There you are, Angie. Once I take you out, I'll be back on track for my promotion. Sounds like you've had some hard times since Wataru took your frigid sword, Dr. Cosmo. Well, let me make something clear. Your cowardly methods still piss me off. I'll cleave you in two, right down the middle. I'll cleave you in two, right down the middle of that butt you've got for a head. Yipes! You're nasty. You're nastier than any of us.
そんなところにいるか。
なぜシミュレーション通りにいかない。どれだけ素早く動こうと逃がしはせんぞ。見よイーガンの恐ろしさを。
Ouch.
嫌な空気になってきたわね。
Sakit na na.
お前の歌を I wanna fight, fight 生ぬるい時間なんて切り捨て You feel the beat, beat 響かせ饒舌に空を舞うのもバルブな
Yung main character pa naman natin may hayas na ano. SP. Okay, next. At least nabugbog na itong mga to.
果てしなく深く広がる海のよう
At least ano, nasa tigkakalahati na. So isa na lang.
に放つ星のように
Okay, focus fire kayo. Unahan natin si Mike Game.
孤独の闇も
%ka rin ha, fine. Persist. Yan lang katapat mo eh. Go. Okay, tapos save na natin, tapos next turn. Kayang-kaya yan.
無謀な真似ができると思うなよガイ動輪剣だ
了解降臨剣くらえせい自慢のパワーも空回りだな男相手だが仕方あるまい必殺セクシーキスファイヤ
最小限の被害で済んだか
Yun lang din. Ito na.
ーこのキングヘラクロスは素早くそして美しい
Sayang, hina ng damage
貴
nun.
様を倒せば指揮系統も乱れるというものよ必殺セクシーキスファイヤ
このままいけば2手先で私の勝利となる
Okay, Mazinger. Okay, press fire kagad. High damage. There you are, Koji Kabuto. I'll do the fighting here. Broken can step aside. Easy there, old guy. You're gonna have a real uphill battle trying to fight Mazingers without the burning sword. I don't need the burning sword. I've got passion that boils as hot as magma, and the hottest lips on this side of all wars. Dude, can we just fight before we grow up?
ドアクダーの手下め覚悟しやがれよ逃がさねえぜこいつを食らいなブレストファイヤー
Nice.
さすがはスーパーロボットだ男相手だが仕方あるまい必殺セクシーキスファイヤ
それでマジンガー Z を倒すつもりかよ
Next. At least ating kakalahati na. Okay, Grand Lagan. Hugbugin mo rin. Persist lang yan.
これ以上でかい顔はさせねえぞ。こいつで真っ二つだ。
貴様いい気になるなよ。
At least at
鈍
ikahahati
重
na
な
lahat.
貴様にキングヘラクロスを捕らえられるものか。とどめだ。セクシーキッスファイヤ
あれだけ人を飲まされたこいつが今は頼もしいな。昔を懐かしんでる場合じゃないぜビラル。
Check, compare kay mga hit points nila.
走り出した想いが今でもこの胸を確かに叩いてる
Kahit sino pwede. Oh, last na yung main character natin, tapos end na natin yung episode 4 now. Basics lang.
階層ボスだからって負けません。私の心の命じるままに魔力で風を呼ぶ。飛べバーテックス。
ー。この一撃の恨み決して忘れんぞ。お嬢さんに俺の情熱を届ける。くらいセクシーキスファイヤ
さすがはゼルガードです。
Save na lang muna natin guys. End natin yung turn next episode. So kaya naman siguro yan next turn. So end na natin muna episode for today guys. So quit game.
大変だマイト。前回の戦いで出た被害額が100万を超えてしまった。
心配はいらないよ浜田君。この程度の額なら俺のへそくりでなんとかなるから。
さすがは世界一のお金持ち。
伊達に社長はやってないさ。我が旋風寺コンツェルンはまさに順風満帆。世界に羽ばたく若き翼旋風寺マイト、ただいま絶好調。この調子でスーパーロボット対戦も1日でクリアしてみせる。
マイトの場合本当にやりかねないから怖いんだよな。
Okay, end na natin episode for now guys. Teka. Okay. Okay guys. Kesa and Veloso signing off. Tuloy na lang ulit natin ito next episode.